So we were talking about the quality of cinema. Do you think OTT platforms can help us improve our quality, like a South Korean film like Parasite goes and sweeps the Oscars? Yeah. Why can't Indian movies do that? Because we make the most number of films in the world. We have immense talent.
We have immense talent for producing things in quantity. As far as quality is concerned, it's questionable. See, Bollywood has been deluding itself over the last 20 years or so that our films are now being seen by the world. Now the world has suddenly realized what great movies we make. The fact is, Bollywood movies are seen all over the world because there's Indians all over the world. And it's their only connection to home. And the foreigners see them because they are spicy and they're exotic and they're colorful and they're absurd. But for the same reason that Indian food is so popular, but it's only the good Indian restaurants abroad who have survived. Indian restaurants sprout up in London at like mushrooms every 3 months and disappear after a year or so. It's only the good ones which survive. And Indian food has substance, which is why it will always be popular through the world. If Hindi movies want to be popular through the world, want to stay popular through the world, they got to bring in some substance sooner or later. This escapism, Hollywood is providing enough of that. They're making nothing but superhero films all the time, and we are trying to do the same. So let us hope that our industry wakes up to this opportunity, that here you've got a ready audience which is waiting and which is hungry for quality. Let's give them some quality instead of suckering them as we have been doing so far. And I do not mince my words at all. They have been suckering the audience most of the time. So, as I said, that the big commercial monster may take time to revive. Here is a chance for the smaller film to creep in and create its space. And by the smaller film, I don't necessarily mean smaller budgets. I mean films with smaller ambitions, films with with concise content, and with something precise to say and with something important to say.
We as Indians, the essence of this country, the DNA of this country is unity and diversity. Do you think society is being polarized more than ever, or do you think nothing has changed on the ground and we are like we always were?
Oh, things have changed. I mean, you'd be a fool to not acknowledge that. Certainly things have changed. As Kunal Kamra said, and I never get tired of quoting it, that the kind of things that were said after 5 drinks are now said over morning coffee. But I think the innate goodness of the majority of our country will triumph. Finally, it's maybe good in a way that all this running down and condemnation of communities is happening. It's like a boil which is burst and all the pus is coming out. Hopefully, it'll get cleansed after this. That's what I hope, because I think that the younger generation will not carry the same poison that my generation carries. My generation has all heard stories of the partition. I've heard stories, horror stories about Sikhs and Hindus. I'm sure Sikhs and Hindus heard horror stories about Muslims. So people of my generation have lived with it, and here is the chance to vent. But the generation after ours do not have this baggage to carry. So I'm optimistic enough to feel that this won't last. Good reason has to prevail sooner or later.
We've just seen you in Bandish Bandits. What is the future like for Naseeruddin Shah? Because I want to watch you more and more now in series and everything. I want to watch you in different characters. Is that going to happen?
It doesn't depend on me.
It does. It does. I heard it does.
Well, I'm not, by a long stretch, no way am I tired of acting. Mm-hmm. I still love the job. Mm-hmm. And I have no intention of quitting. Mm-hmm. So I dare say you will see me on the stage more, than in movies, and you'll see me in the occasional movie, because an old man is always a requirement. Even in a film about the youth, you need old guys to counterbalance the thing. But I hope I can still be of some use. It's still great, because a lot of the work I've done, most of the work, rather all the work I've done in the last 5 or 6 years has been with young people.
Yeah.
Whether it's a short film, whether it's a film like The Hungry, or whether it's a film like, a series like Bandish, it's all with young people, and it's gratifying
Right.
to think that these kids still have some use for me.